No.
Good afternoon, Fry.
Good afternoon, teacher. Teaching, sorry. I,
Oh,
I was I was nervous because I didn't have internet here in Marangue, and I took a screenshot and I'm going to send you.
yes. No, but don't worry. Don't worry about it. But you have to, but well, it gets better, right?
Yes.
Right
I,
now, your internet is it's okay, and we don't have any problem with that, right?
yes, teacher. Thank you. Anyway, I'm going to watch the video.
Okay. Did you watch it, or you don't?
No, maybe at night. Maybe
Okay.
I'm sure I'll do it.
Okay. Don't no worry. But you can even try. I have over here the links of each video because I I take these videos when we finish. I take this video and I up this video to my YouTube. If you want, you can I can share the link of the video. Wait a second. Let me check. Where is it? Today's 11th session. And last one was asking and giving direction. Right, because you missed both. Yes, you missed number 10 and number 11. Okay. Hi, Sarina. How are you? Sarina,
Hello, teacher.
how are
Hello.
you? How was your job?
Finally, I get my free day. Thank you,
Oh,
guys.
no, thing is the best. Where are you
Hi,
working?
teacher.
Hi, Emilio. How are you? Sarina, where do you
Fine, and
work?
you?
I'm great, thank you, Emilio. Where do you work, Sarina?
I work in a restaurant. I work from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day.
Oh, that is a long
Monday,
time.
Monday to Friday.
Yes, yes.
Monday
Okay,
to Sunday, sorry.
yes. No, that is hard. That is a hard time.
Yes.
Okay,
So,
so yes, it's a hard time, but let's wait for the other guys. Okay, what's going on with them? Well, as Sarina and Abilio know, we have been talking about hometown and try to make some description about it. The main idea of this is because um, for our final exam, that it will be maybe for 2 weeks, we are going to have a little questions, or maybe I'm going to make you an interview, and I will ask you maybe 3 or 4 questions, and you will have a certain time that you have to describe um, and explain all these kind of questions. For example, if I'm asking about your hometown, you start to talk about your hometown, the specific details, what do you miss over there, what is the special place that you remember over there, what is the weather. But you have to talk all this kind of stuff. Maybe keep in mind 2 or 3 things that you can talk, because if I will give you 2 minutes, you have just 2 minutes to talk about that questions, about that topic. Well, focus on your question anyway, but try to keep that in mind. I will ask you, or I will ask you for several topics. For example, studies, hometowns, sports, Um, what else? What else is that? What's that? Sports and wait a second. Let me see which one. I got 3 topics that it could be really interesting. Let me see. No, just 3 of them. Studies, hometown, and sports or hobbies. Hobbies. I will talk about that. But during this week or this class and the 2 next classes, we will practice on this. We will try to practice how can you develop your speaking skills, talking about these topics, and try to be yourself and be confident with the topic and be confident with the things that you have in your mind, and you have to try, I don't know, organize your ideas that how can you express all this kind of stuff. So let's start with it. Wait a second. I'm gonna share my screen. 12. Okay, Sarina, Emilio, Karen, right? Hi, Karen. Didn't see you. I'm Paula.
Hi, teacher.
Okay, so I'm gonna share my screen. Okay, guys, do you see this this image?
Yes,
Do you see my
teacher.
screen? Okay,
Yes.
so
Yes, teacher.
what do
Yes,
you
teacher.
understand? What do you understand about this image? Could you please give me ideas about it? How does the
Teacher,
character look like? What do you think about
teacher,
it?
I understand. I
Uh-huh.
understand that imagine that if you want, I don't know, maybe get something, get your success, you have to be conscious that you have to make a lot of things, maybe have think, yeah, for bring or get your dreams. Yeah.
Yes. What about you, Karin? Thank you, Fry. What about you, Karin? What do you think about it? What do you understand? Karin, I can hear you. Karin. Karin. Karin, your microphone is turned off. Could you please turn on? Karin. Let's go ahead with Sarina. Sarina, what do you think about this image, please?
I think that we should take the first step. Is the biggest step to
Mm-hmm.
make possible things. Maybe you want to study. You have to take the big decision to I going to study. I will get a university tomorrow to make two things happen in the future. I think is that.
Yes. I think the same, because the first step is the most difficult, because maybe you have to concern about it. What do you think about Aurelio? What do you think about this image, Aurelio?
I think the man watching reaching the highest. Um, the man is uh, is how do you
The
say
man,
tiene
the man,
ganas? Yes,
man.
He wants.
He wants.
He wants a climbing to the highest.
Okay, he wants to he wants climb. He wants to climb. Okay.
Climb to the highest.
Okay. Remember that we don't say él tiene ganas. No, no, no. Nosotros decimos que tenemos ganas. But we don't say that. That is a wrong way when we want to start to talk because ganas.
Él quiere.
You have to think another thing. So try to don't don't try to translate from the Spanish to English because maybe the word that you are using in Spanish is really awkward for for finding in English. So keeping that in mind. So about Karen, are you there?
Yes, teacher.
Yeah. What do you think about this image?
Okay. It is like it will always be harder to take the first step to continue with others. The first step will always be the most important and difficult to take. Maybe
the most important. Is the most important, and is the more I consider that is the most difficult because you have the Abilio. Maybe you really want to make this first step, and maybe with that decision you can go on. What about you, Marta? Hi, Marta. Good afternoon. Marta? Marta? Hello? Okay. So I have this mystery message. Is the first step is always the hardest. It's the most difficult. It's the most, but it's the big decision that we have to take. Maybe when we have agree an original position of it, and we say, okay, let's do it. That is the most difficult. How can you organize that? And then you can keep going. The next steps will be really easier. So that makes you change the, I don't know, that makes you the opportunity that really make a change and have another opportunity to go and then finish with a great success. So I like this picture. I like this image. Okay, for today, for our release your tongue, I would like to ask you about how do you think your speaking skill will be evaluated? How do you think about that? What do you consider that I can make an evaluation of about your skills? Or if you are going to have an English exam, what are they going to evaluate you? Or in which place or where will be or how do you think that it could be? Guys, Abilio.
Hi, teacher. Hello. What is the question? Is this?
Yes. How do you think your speaking skill will be evaluated?
I think I think really, 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 really good. I think excellent, good, and and that's it. Uh, what else? No. That's it. That's it.
Okay. Do you understand the question, Abilio?
Yes.
What is that in Spanish?
¿Cómo, cómo piensas evaluar esto?
How do you think your
I
speaking skills will
understand.
be evaluated? ¿Cómo
I
piensa que
understand.
cómo piensa que su habilidad de inglés será evaluada? ¿Cómo piensa que se le puede a usted evaluar el inglés? ¿Cómo se le va a evaluar su habilidad del habla en inglés? ¿Cómo cree que se le va a evaluar?
50-50. 50-50. Este, 50-50. And what? 70% of this is the quality. 70%, 50-50.
Okay. Abilio, have you ever had experience in an English test?
What, teacher?
Have you ever taken English test?
The Cambridge test?
No, an English test. ¿Usted ha tomado alguna evaluación en inglés? ¿Algún test en inglés? ¿Ha tenido la experiencia?
Yes, in the obviously in the past two tests. Two.
Ajá.
Only two.
¿Ha tenido la experiencia en test, por ejemplo, como el TOEIC, como el TOEFL, como el ELTS? ¿Ha tenido experiencia en alguno de esos exámenes? ¿Lo han evaluado usted en la habilidad del speaking?
Yes. Pues only two speakings in the past semesters.
Ajá. Which ones? In which test?
Yes. Which test? Test of 10 question now. 20 questions. Obviously, it first A, B, C, D, all the options. And
Abilio. ¿Usted ha tenido alguien le ha evaluado a usted la experiencia, la habilidad del habla en inglés? ¿Alguien le ha evaluado la habilidad del habla?
No.
Okay.
In this occasion, no.
Okay. Pero en esta ocasión y en la otra tampoco. Okay.
I don't say.
Okay. Has anyone had the experience of English test? Or do you remember this kind of experience?
Teacher, I made a friend's test, the Cambridge, but
You made a Cambridge. Okay.
yeah, but for a friend, not for me. Teacher, for me, it's easy because in that online test, you have to answer a question about a big text. It's a text with 4 or 5 paragraphs. Yeah, and you have to answer about maybe I don't know some audio recording. You have to answer about animations, but are very difficult images, like infographics. Yeah, and what that I noticed that you have to answer that kind of test depending of the career or depend your professions. Yeah, the Cambridge test is according what are you studying or what are you will dedicate in the future. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and the
It's
and
in a specific development or the specific
yeah, it's a
way that
specific
you are.
development according with the profession of the people and what else. There aren't question like something like easy. For example, complete a sentence. No, no, no.
No, no,
The
no.
the questions are very or a bit difficult because you have to answer about thinking. For example, what do you think about this phrase, or what do you think about this kind of event? And in the test, describing event, for example, one thing that happened in the past, whatever, something historical, for example, and you have to think about it. You have to write, yeah. In the speaking part, you have to record a audio talking about some question about whatever topic that is in the test. Yeah. For example, if you study psychology, you have to answer in English, but something
Using
about
the same
psychology.
vocabulary.
Yeah, yeah. But
Mm-hmm.
anyway, it's easy. It's easy if you there an advice that I give you, that if you understand the control idea of the question, or the control idea of the main idea of the sentence, yeah, you will understand what is the answer, because is not they in that kind of state, they aren't, I don't know, maybe proving or testing your grammatical skill. They are proving your grammatical, I don't know, thinking or something like that. How the people or how the professional will develop in the future with that profession.
Well, there are several English tests,
Yeah.
but you can check if, for example, I took a TOEIC, and the TOEIC was really conversational. It was an academic in academic way. But if I'm thinking of to take the TOEFL, that is an academic way, and that is hard because your knowledge and the vocabulary that you had, it's really, I don't know, in a polite and a formal way that you really have to handle it. But at the TOEIC, I consider that it's really easier than the other ones. Even SEPTOP is one of the tests that you can take, and you can prove yourself. Um, the level of this kind of English is really social, and it's really like a casual conversations. So the vocabulary that they use is really, really similar that we talking, and that we using in our daily life. Um, about bullets bullets test is like a with commercial topics, with statistics and all this kind of stuff. Which ones well, Cambridge, I consider that Cambridge really is, I consider that it's hard, is it? Okay, so I for today I would like to bring you this test. That is IL IELTS. Do you know what is the meaning of these acronyms?
Teacher, really, I don't know.
But they have you ever see um, these acronyms? That is an international
Yo,
English language test no,
ese,
testing
ese
systems.
skill. Ah,
Yes. Yes, that is really easy. In our degree, have been trying to train us in this kind of test, because it's really it's not a commercial, but it's really helpful for us, because the level is easier for everybody. So um, with this test, you can have they can evaluate you in your all skills, listening, reading, writing. It can take maybe for I don't know, 45, no, 2 hours. It takes 2 hours and 45 minutes by far. But anyway, I would like to talk about this speaking part. This speaking part has three parts. Like speaking stage has three parts. So I would like to talk about the first part that is really different than the others, because in the beginning of this first part is like an interview that the examiner he is going to ask you some question about you, about yourself, about something interesting about you. So in this time, you have all the knowledge, and I don't know. In this place, you have, yes, you can use all your knowledge, and how can you develop it? The scare space of that, or the scare case, is that you are in a closed room with a person that you don't know, and he or she will be called the examiner. That is the examiner. So he or she will be asking and guiding in your interview, trying to make you some questions that can measure your command of your knowledge of English. So it could be hard if you are nervous, but if you have confidence about how, how how do you know about your English, it will be easier to solve it. The examiner, he will try to assess or evaluate you in develop how can you develop your pronunciation, your lexical resource, your fluency and coherence, the grammatical range and accuracy, and each items has the same value, not 50-50, like Abilio said. So could you please, Fry, could you please read each chart, please?
Yes, I can. Pronunciation. How natural do you sound? Yes.
Mhm.
The second, lexical resource. How good and appropriate is your vocabulary? Third, fluency and coherence. How clear and organized, sorry, is your speech?
Okay.
And the last one is grammatical range and accuracy. How good is your grammar?
Uh-huh. So that is the biggest items that you have to keep in mind, because maybe you have your lexical and your grammatical will be really great, but your pronunciation is the worst. Maybe you have all your ideas and you can express that maybe writing, but you can pronounce. Maybe some words make awkward, or make you understand another thing, so the topic could be changed if the other person could not understand what are you saying. Another thing is fluency and coherence. It means like, do you take the moment to think about your ideas and try to organize that? It's clear. Maybe when we get nervous, we forget some words, and maybe we start to talk, and this damn word that we don't remember, like, no, no, no. We have to describe another thing. If you don't remember this word, well, try to make another expression, another try to talk about another thing, but forget about it, because you can lose some points with it. So, about what will be the topics? The topics that it has in the part one will be people, relationship, and family. Could be health and body. Could be works and study. Natural, nature and environment. Communication, technology, hobbies, youth, home and home or hometown, culture and travel. That will be all the topics that the examiner can ask you. So we have been working, for example, from families. Today we will work with studies. We have been working with home and hometowns. So we can take all these kind of topic that we can practice with it. So first of all, I would like that you can check this video. That's it a good example about how can you answer it. But wait a second. I would like to ask you this first. First, for example, Sarina, Sarina, guys, check these questions. I'm going to ask to Sarina just one, then I'm going to ask Karen another question, and then I'm going to ask to Paula another question. And then with that, we are going to no evaluate. We are going to make a great difference between how we already answer the questions and then how will be the best choice to answer this kind of questions. See, okay? So Sarina, could you please tell me where are you from?
Yes. I was born in San Juan de Pomuceno. I live in San Juan like 16 years, and then I moved to Cartagena.
Okay. Okay, that's it. Do you see these kind of questions? First of all, I said I'm just asking about where is she from, and she had been talking about where she where is she
Born.
from? Why right now where does she live? But she could be trying to explain how her home or her hometown looks like. I mean, can I say, well, I am from Cucuta, this a warm with a warm weather that is a small, but try to make a short description about the place. So in our video, we will check this. Another question, for example, Karen. Karen,
Yes, teacher.
well, think and then answer about this question. Do you have any hobbies? Do you have any hobbies?
Yes, teacher.
Mhm.
Um, I like play basketball. I like see movies and series. I like to swim. I like to read.
Mhm.
Um, I like to listen to music in English. No more.
Okay. So if you see, Karen has a lot of hobbies. She has several. But I consider, Patricia consider that it's better if she say, for example, two of the hobbies and try to make a little description about what does she do. Well, I used to movies. Even on weekends, I stay with my mother watching some series talking about a detective or killer or something like that. But the thing is that she have to make a deep description of it. Do you get it? Of course, your answer is really it's nice and is comprehensible. But the thing of this work is that we have to make really deep and with an interesting details about it. Because if we have to explain all the hobbies that we said, well, we maybe I will say just 12 of them, but no, you have to make a connection with all these kind of 12 ideas that I bring. No, I bring just two ideas and talk about these two ideas, but make deeply. And the final, Paula.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, this question: Why is what is it important to learn English? Why is it important to learn English?
Is it important because you can communicate with native people who speak English, and also you can have a good conversation, and it will be good for your future if you have more skills that can be improve your life.
Mhm. Okay, that
Hmm.
was great.
Yeah.
Look, guys. I bring you this kind of question because when I read it, when I read all this kind of question, I try to answer it, and I used to answer it like that, and I consider that it was okay. But learning, well, in the way that I'm learning, it saved me. The way that I'm learning, it saved me that, well, check this, Patricia. Remember, if you have a question like why it is important to learn English, and Paula gave me gave me her reasons, but she could start. Well, it is important to learn English because blah 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 blah, and all this kind of reason, and that would be great. So I'm not checking all your mistakes because the thing that you are saying, they are really nice, they are really cool. The thing is that we have to fix our answers. We have to check all this kind of stuff because it will be helpful for us. Try to make the good description of it. So I'm going to show you this video that the girl are going to answer these three questions. So I would like that if you can. Wait a second. Do you hear that?
No, teacher.
Okay, wait a second. Wait a second. Wait a second. Include message. Do you hear that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you read that? Excuse me, did you read that? I was waiting that if somebody was ready.
Yes,
Yeah.
teacher.
Okay, so part one, oh my gosh.
Yes.
Wait a second. In part one, you will have to answer 2 or 3 general questions about yourself. Give some detail and avoid one word answers like yes, no, well, maybe, yes, just like this, and that's it. Smile and look at the interlocutor. Okay. Let's have a look at a few examples. Question number 1. Where are you from?
I'm originally from Germany. I was born in a little city in the south of Germany, near the Alps, and I spent a short time in South Africa and moved to the UK to study and to work. And eventually I moved to Barcelona a few years ago, and this is where I'm living now.
I'm going to check again this answer, okay? Again.
I'm originally from Germany. I was born in a little city in the south of Germany, near the Alps, and then I lived for a very short time in South Africa and moved to the UK to study and to work. And then eventually I moved to Barcelona a few years ago, and this is where I'm living now.
Do you understand the way that she was answered? Guys. Hello.
I'm not sure, teacher, if I understand the way she answered. I think that she answered just the places she moved, something like that.
Let's check again. The last one.
I'm originally from Germany. I was born in a little city in the south of Germany near the Alps. And then I lived for a very short time in South Africa and moved to the UK to study and to work. And then eventually I moved to Barcelona a few years ago, and this is where I'm living now.
Okay. She
Now,
first of all she was trying to describe where was she from?
but after
Huh?
she mentioned the other place where she lived and where she
Yes.
studied.
Uh-huh. So she make a little description about when she was born. Well, she's from Germany. The city name is like that, and this is small. And then she traveled in another place, and then is the place that she grew up. And then she right now she's living in another place. Did you see all this kind of description about the place? Well,
Yeah,
she talked about several places, but she was trying to make a little description of it because the thing is that, well, I am from Cucuta, the capital of Norte Santander, and that's it. No, we have to be deeply with all this kind of information. Well, I am from Cucuta, is a capital of Norte Santander, is on the east of Colombia, is on the east side of Colombia, is really close to Venezuela. It's a warm a day, and it has a fresh night. So that is the place that I'm living. So the thing is that I can take maybe a few minutes or a few seconds that I can make a good description. I consider that that will be a good and a nice description. So I would like that you can practice saying of this kind of stuff. For example, the last two classes, I was trying to work with your hometown and your try to make it a little description of it. With that, you have to take all these kind of details, maybe two of these details, and put in class and put in these kind of answers. So I would like that you can practice of it. So later we will practice with it. Let's go to the next question. Do you have any hobbies?
Yes, I've got a number of hobbies, things that I like to do in my spare time. I like to be busy, I like to relax. One of the things I really enjoy doing is painting whenever I have the time. I specifically like watercolor, and I find it very relaxing to paint and to experiment with the different colors and techniques. Another thing that I enjoy doing, and I've only recently taken up, is paddle surfing. I really love the challenge of being out in the water and trying to balance on this board and falling over and getting wet and soaked. But I enjoy that a lot. And another thing that I want to do more of is free diving, because I just love being in the water, and I hope that I can learn to hold my breath for a longer time so I'll be able to dive for longer.
Okay, let's gonna check again this answer.
Yes, I've got a number of hobbies, things that I like to do in my spare time. I like to be busy, I like to relax. One of the things I really enjoy doing is painting whenever I have the time. I specifically like watercolor, and I find it very relaxing to paint and to experiment with the different colors and techniques. Another thing that I enjoy doing, and I've only recently taken up, is paddle surfing. I really love the challenge of being out in the water and trying to balance on this board and falling over and getting wet and soaked. But I enjoy that a lot. And another thing that I want to do more of is free diving, because I just love being in the water, and I hope that I can learn to hold my breath for a longer time, dive for longer.
Okay, guys, did you got it?
yeah, teacher, I got it.
Uh,
She did, yeah. The first that I understand that she loved Horacio because she is a busy girl. Yeah, a woman. Sorry, teacher. But she's making the same. Yeah, she's trying to describing what she doing in her free time. Yeah,
mhm.
she doesn't say I like to do this. No, no. She tried to explain why she like that. Yeah.
even Look. For example, I was thinking about Karen, and she say maybe it's I don't remember. She say like seven things that she does. And I consider that will be a nice answer if she can just take three of them or two of them and try to make a deep description of it.
Yeah.
For example, when she was watching movies or series or whatever. But in this case, look at she was saying, "No, I like busy. I like to spend time." We were talking about hobbies. Well, I like to spend time making some funny and fun or exciting things. I like that I'm busy to have busy things or be healthy, whatever. And she mentioned three things. Well, she like painting. She like another thing that I don't remember, and she like diving, swimming in well under the water. I know that it's under the water, but it is diving. So the thing is really great because she, like you say, she tried to make a little description of hobby each hobby. So for me, it's really it's understandable, but it's really hard because in the time when we are asking about um, we just try to bring some ideas and then which one can I use? So I would like that you have keep in mind just two or three ideas and make a good description of it. In this kind of exams, the question will be mostly the same. Like, what do you do? Do you work or do you study? Okay. Do you what do you study? Do you work? What do you work? Where do you work? And do you like this work? So we have to maybe predeterminate this kind of questions and even our answers. How can we put that answers better? Because we already know the answers, but how can we put that answers better? That is the idea of this exercise. Do you understand, guys?
Yeah.
Okay, I know that you have your answers, but it will be better if we can, I don't know, bring in some keys. Hi, Marta, do you open your microphone? Are you want to talk to say something?
No, señor.
No? Okay. Okay, go ahead with our third question. Wait a second. Over here.
I think having a good level of English is really important nowadays, and because it's an international language, you need it to communicate with other people, often with people who don't even speak English as a first language themselves. So it's very important if you ever plan to travel. I also think it's important for your work life. It's good to have a good level of English and maybe even an exam on your CV because it makes you more employable. And I think it opens up a lot of doors for you work-wise if you have a good level of English.
Okay, so as who say as Paula was the person who was answered that question, right? Paula, she say, yes, that is important because that is, and I make her the reasons about it, the explanation about this kind of reasons. But I don't know if she makes maybe two reasons of it. So I consider that in that way that will be the best answers. But I consider that you just miss. Well, it's really interesting to learn English because so with that you can start your answer, and that's it, and it will be the best of things. So check this. You have to remember: smile, relax, and stay calm. Look at the interlocutor. Give some details when you answer, and that's it. Okay, so that it will be the exercise of it. So I have some questions to you guys. I have some questions that I would like that you can read these three questions. Read of them. The topic of this will be people and relationships. It will be with family members, relatives, all this kind of stuff. Then I will ask you about this sport and healthy. It's like talking about hobbies or be healthy with it. And then you are going find a good answer that you can prove yourself, and then we will answer or read that could be a good answer that we can use. Okay, so first of all, check all these three questions. Can you tell me about your family? In what way is your family important to you? What do you like doing most with your family? Okay, so this is an example. How can you answer this kind of questions? So I would like that we can read that. Could you please, Abilio, could you please read this answer? For example, can you tell me about your family? So could you please answer this, read me this answer, Abilio?
Okay. Well, my mom's family is from Lisbon, but my dad is from Barcelona. My parents divorced when I was 10. Me and my two sisters, who are both younger than me and sometimes make me crazy, especially the younger one. We grew up in Lisbon with my mom. About 9 years ago, my parents married other people, and now I have a stepbrother from my dad's marriage and a stepsister from my mom's marriage. Oh, and a stepmom uh, and a stepdad. So I have quite a big family now.
Okay, let's check this. We are trying to use, I give you this answer because in this answer they are give you some words that can useful in your answer. For example, well, um, about. It look like you are thinking of this kind of answer. I know that you know how can you answer, but it makes you natural answer it. Answer it. So about the. Okay, so if you see, when you are talking about your family, we were talking about our family when we were creating our family tree. So in that way, you can have figure out. Well, I'm going to talk about all my family. No, no, no. I'm going to talk about my maybe three of them and make a good a little story about it. Well, my mom, my mother and father, they are healthy. They are 17 years old. They are retired, and they live in another house because I'm get married with my husband. And I start to talk like that in a natural way, but trying to make a good description about your parents, the relation with your parents, your husband, and even with your son, and even with your stepson. So try to find a good vocabulary that you can use, the relation that you have, um, and what are they doing? What is their relation with you? She say, well, that somebody's making her crazy. The younger, so me and my two sisters. My two sisters were both younger than me and sometimes made me crazy. That is a special detail that she was trying to express. So that is really nice to talk. Could you please, Paula, read this answer about in what way is your family important to you?
Uh, can you give me a second to think about that? So, my family means the world to me. We have always been very close and supportive to each other. Whenever I've had problems in my life, my family has always been there to help me. I feel I can do anything when I have my family around.
Uh-huh. So if you see, well, we know that all our families is really important for us. But look, this key. Can you give me a second to think about that? With that, you can buy time and organize a little quickly the thing that you really want to say. and maybe be a little bit natural or maybe profoundly, not profoundly, deeply with that. And the last question: what do you like? What do you like doing most with your family? Um, Fry,
Teacher,
uh, go ahead.
read this, teacher.
Could you please read this?
Yes, I really enjoy it. I really enjoy it when my family comes around my house for a special occasion, so as Christmas and Easter. Being together at this special time, eating, drinking, and playing games is what I love the most.
Mhm. Check this: Easter and such as begin together. Okay, what do you like doing most? Okay, when my family comes around my house for a special occasion, so she tried to make several things that is really most the thing that really like. Okay, so that is a good way that you can answer. So did you check these questions? Do you are no are you prepared or ready to answer these questions? Who really want to practice, just for practice? Who really want to answer these three questions? Who are ready? Got it. Okay, got it. Karen, Karen, are you there?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, so Karen, can you tell me about your family?
Well, my I live with my parents and my sister and my dog. My parents are um, born in Imaima, Cundinamarca. My sister born in Bogota. Um, my parents um, studied join at the same school. Um, my my father works in a bakery. My mother is housewife. Um, my father um, I don't know. Well, we live right now in Bogota.
Okay,
Um,
Karen, wait, Karen. Try to think about the answer, but then also try to think about how can you close the idea for this answer. Do you understand? Because you, of course, you are talking about your family. They live. She's living in Bogota. The other is living over in another place, and that's it. But try to make a short answer. Well, not shorter, but how can you close the idea? Let's do that again. Can you tell me about your family? Let's do that again.
okay, my parents born are born in Imaima, Cundinamarca. Um, they studied at the same school. I live with my parents. My mom called Blanca, and my father called Jorge. I have a sister. Um, she's younger, um, and she is called Giselle. Um, my father and my mother has 47 years old. My
Bring something
sister,
that you can close their idea.
¿cómo teacher?
Try to bring something that you can close your idea, because you are trying to describe your family in a quickly way, but try to, well, so that is the member of my family that the people where I live. I don't know. Okay, go ahead with another question. In what way is your family important to you? Who really want to make an answer with it? But try to make an answer and try to close the idea. Don't spend time just talking. No, try to make a good reasons and then close the idea of this answer.
Okay, my family is important to me because they always being with me. They support me all the time. We are very close, and and they help me when I have um, any problem.
Uh-huh. And that's it. So that is the reason that is really important for me, or that is really important for to me.
Yes.
So, and finally, what do you like doing most with your family?
Okay. I like to spend with my family
Spend time.
all the time. In fact, I I am with them. Um, we are always in any place. We travel. Um, Teacher, I don't know how to say juntos.
Together.
Yeah,
Together.
yeah. Um, in fact, that is my family and me are together always.
Okay. We like to stay together. We always like to stay together. We
Always
all
stay together.
stay together. We always like to stay together. We really want to spend time together. Will be better. We like to spend time together. Well, the thing is that we already know our answer, but I consider that we can fix our answer, because in that way you can say, well, I like what do you like to do? What do you like doing most with your family? Well, I like to spend time with my family, staying together, maybe playing some board games, because that I can see my father laugh, and my mother try to, I don't know, cook some hot chocolate and whatever, but I start to talk bringing some ideas and then trying to finish that. So that is the reason, or that is the most thing that I really like to stay with my family, to spend time, just trying to live together, something like that, but make a little conclusion with it. So that is the main idea of this. Let's go move on with another kind of topic. For example, this is an sport and healthy. Thank you, Karen. Yes, that is Karen.
Okay.
Okay, sport and healthy. What sport do you enjoy playing? Do you do anything to keep fit? What's the most important sport in your country? Check these three answers. Who really want to practice with it? Anyway, we have another kind of answer so that we can practice. For example, let's move on with this. First of all, we are going to read the examples and then we will practice. So let's go with Hania. Hania, could you please read this? So what sport do you enjoy playing?
Yes, teacher.
Report this first.
I don't like playing sports or watching sports. It doesn't interest me. I mean, I used to enjoy playing tennis when I was a child, but as I got older, I decided I didn't want to do anymore. I became very uninterested in it when I became a teenager because I just wanted to hang out with my friends.
Uh-huh. So that is the I consider that when somebody are asking about sports, and we right now we don't do anything about it, we can say, well, I don't do sports. That is not a good answer because we have to explain it. If you don't do anything, well, you have to invent some sport that you do. Well, I play tennis, or maybe no, I'm jogging. No, I like gardening. I do something else. But you have to develop your skills trying to make a good description about any sport that you do. Maybe that you enjoy or you're not, but you have to explain that. So in this case, this person maybe she don't do, or she or he doesn't, maybe she don't do anything bad, she doesn't do anything bad. She say like, well, she used to play that, but then she changed her opinion about it. Let's go move on with another questions. Do you do anything to keep fit? Do you do anything to keep fit? Could you please, Hannah, read that again? The other,
The next,
yes, please.
do you do anything to keep fit? I
Mhm.
like to go jogging. I tried going to the gym, but I didn't enjoy it because there were too many people in there. Also, they are all sweaty and making very loud noises. Enough. It is not my cup of tea at all.
No, that is a no. That is a ugh.
Ew. Enough. Ew.
Because he's thinking they are always smelly and loud, noisy, like when they are in the gym. So
Yeah.
it's not my cup of tea at all. Do you see? That is not my cup of tea. That is an expression. It's like no, that is not to me. It's like no. It's like no. It's that it don't mix me. That I don't have this kind of relation with it. So if you can you see that is a negative explanation. No, it's not wrong. It's a negative explanation because how do you do anything to keep fit? Maybe about this answer, if you comprehend this, or if you learn or understand this answers, maybe she don't do anything in the gym to keep fit, but she like to go jogging, but maybe she doesn't do it. But she tried to make a little description about why she don't want to go to the gym. Okay, so with that, with this information, she's winning time answering this kind of questions. Let's go for the last one. What is the most popular sport in your country? What is the most popular sport in your country? Go ahead, honey.
I am not 100%, pardon, certain. I would have to say the most popular sport in my country is probably basketball because I hear people talking about it the most. Don't take my word for it, thought. Don't take my word for it, thought.
Uh-huh. So if you see this kind of comment or expression, win time, just win time and make a good, I don't know, natural expression that she can answer. Because if you see, she doesn't know the answer about what is the most popular sport in their country. She heard about that and she tried to make a good explanation with it. So I would like to that you can think about these three answers, excuse me, these three questions, check these questions, and I'm going to ask one person that who really want to answer it and practice it. Who would like to answer these questions? Karen, she already did it.
Teacher, I would like to answer the
Okay.
questions.
Great, Sarina. So, Sarina, what sport do you enjoy playing?
Uh, I really don't practice any sport because I'm really closing for ball games or things like that. But I go to the gym. I jog. I try to jogging, but like a sport, I never. I never was good at to play any sport. Football, volleyball. I am too bad for a sport. Too bad.
Okay.
I'm really
Okay.
close me.
Okay. Do you do anything to keep fit?
Yes, I really effort to be unfit because I was overweight like 1 year ago. I
Mhm.
was really overweight, so I try to eat more vegetables, eat less carbohydrates, go to the gym, uh, go to the gym every day on the morning before job because I feel tired all the time. So my health was bad in that moment. Now I feel better because I really try to be healthy.
Mhm.
That's it.
Okay. What is the most popular sport in your country?
I am 100% sure that the most popular sport in Colombia is football. I think football here in Colombia is like a religion. We can feel the passion in the people when Colombia team play. Even in the cup world, it's like crazy people in this on the street all the time. I'm really
Great.
sure that soccer is the most popular sport here in Colombia.
Mm-hmm. So if you see the way that she was answered all these kind of questions, she bring their ideas and try and describe their her ideas, excuse me, and close the answer. So that is the way that we are going to work on it, and that is the way that you are going to answer. I know it's really hard because sometimes you have your answers, but some vocabulary you don't use. So I try to invite you that you have to learn a little bit more vocabulary about it. When she was answering about what is the most for, well, she actually, well, like us, we know that football is the most popular sport, but I was expecting in the first place that, well, she's going to say, well, the most popular sport is football, and that's it. No, She go on trying talk about the population where they are celebrating all this kind of these kind of games. When she was talking about do you do anything to keep fit? Well, she was trying to give us several things that she does just how can she keep fit. So I like, congratulations, Alina. That is the exercise. That is the thing that we really want to work in this class. So I have another questions, but in these questions is really easier for us. First of all, because we are talking about hometown and we are talking about studies and hometown. So besides this chart, we have a few answers that we can use. We will finish with another questions that I will ask you for our final exam. So that will be the way that I will do your final exam. Just talking. I will give you a topic. Maybe I will give you 4 topics or 5 topics, and you have to practice. How can I answer these questions? So we are going to practice of this. We were talking about hometown. Where is your hometown? Is there much to do in your hometown? What are the people like in your hometown? Where is your hometown? Is there much to do in your hometown? What are the people like? I don't know, like to do like in your hometown. I would like to ask, Marta, are you there? Because I know that you like to talk about your hometown.
Yes, I am here.
Okay, so where is your hometown?
My hometown is in this beautiful and little town called Sotaquira. It's in Boyacá. Boyacá is in Colombia. And you can find this little town in the center of Colombia. So it means the weather is like not so hot, it's not so cold, it's like kind of perfect. Of course, we have rain season, so like now it's a rain season, so it's raining all the time. But still, it's great because this is a place in which you can find a lot of fruits and a lot of different kind of uh, products, traditionals here, like the potatoes. And so when it's raining, it's great for the, I don't know how to say that in English, los cultivos.
Groves,
In,
crops, whatever. Let's go to check.
yeah,
Cultivos, crops. That's it.
crops.
Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah. So this is my hometown.
Okay. So, is there much to do in your hometown?
Well, it depends what you like to do, you know. In any place, you can do a lot of activities, but in this specific town, you can do things related with like let's see, maybe hiking activities, maybe picking some fruits, maybe. Yeah, but actually, it's a very quiet place. So yes, it's
Okay.
not a very a lot of like adventure or that kind of stuff. This is not the place. This is a very peaceful place that you want to come if you live in places like big cities and you are really stressed. So you can come to these kind of places because this is a very relaxing and quiet place.
Thank you. What are the people like in your town, in your hometown?
What are the people like? Like what kind of activities they like to do, or what they like?
What it look like?
Oh, what? How they looks like? Well, this is a yes, it's a farmer town. So
Uh-huh.
people here dress this traditional ruana. I
Uh-huh.
think it doesn't have translation to English. They all time had an special hat, and they are really kind people. This is the kind of place in which when you go out and you see somebody, you have to say adios. It doesn't matter if you know the people around you. You just have to sit to be, kind and say goodbye. Because this is this kind of place in which people is very close to each other just because we live here together in the same town.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, Marta. Do you see how she was answering? She was giving our answering, but detail all her ideas. So that is awesome. That when I know I love her or listen Marta because she's really awkward when she was talking. She's is nice. That is a good answer. Also, I bring that for example, where is your hometown? Well, my hometown is Hanoi, which is the capital city of Vietnam. It's located in the north of the country, not really that far from southern Chinese border. So it's a good description about the hometown. And she already say that, well, she is living in the center of Colombia in a place that right now I don't remember, but she was trying to give us some details about the place that she is living. Okay. Then, is there much to do in your hometown? Well, oh yes, there is certainly lots to do. It's a fairly big city. If you like going out in the evening, there are a lot of good restaurants and bars. If you prefer cultural activities, there are museums and art galleries. But if you like nature, there are lots of other things outside the city which are easy to reach. That in this case, Marta was talking about, well, it is not, it is interesting town, but it's not the best place to make a sport, for example, or to make a lot of activities. No, it's a relaxing places. So it is interesting for that. And the final thing that she was describing, for example, the population of the people, how are they? So they are mostly quiet, friendly, but as a with most big cities, everyone is often busy. So it may seem as if they are not interested in speaking or having chat. But if you live there, you know that most people are quite happy to have a chat if they have time and will help you if needed. So I consider for example, in this example, is really the opposite of the way that she is living, in the place that she is living. So there is a nice, that is the worst, the best, were the best answers. Thank you, Marta. Let's go ahead to talk about studies. Studies. What are you studying at the moment? What are you studying at the moment? What do you like most about your studies? What do you hope to do in the future when you have finished? I would like to ask this to Fry. Fry, Fry.
Teacher, again, I hear.
Okay. So check these three questions, please. Okay.
What are you studying at the moment? Yes, I did, teacher.
Okay, so I will give you the question and then you will answer this question, okay? So, hi, Frank. So, what are you studying at the moment? What are you studying at the moment?
Hi, teacher. Now I am studying foreign language because I love this career because I want to teach when I become a professional.
Okay. What do you like most about your studies?
What I like, teacher, I like the way the teacher teach me and the strategy that the university use to found me some knowledge. So one more. I like the when I practice or when I have some section because I can practice my English skill with some friends. And another side that I love that is that my university proposed me some advice me or some guides that I can give sorry that I can guide my my activities.
That I can give my activities, or I can share my activity. That will
Yeah,
be a better word. Okay, relaxing, right? Because I know that you know English, but when I'm trying to ask you something, you start to talk like blah 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 blah. blah. Wait, take it
teacher
easy.
Valente lab.
Yes, yeah, I don't think so right now, but it's really nice because it's really different when right now you are talking and in another moment that we were talking, it's really is more natural. In
Ah,
this way, you are started like
yeah.
no, no, no. I'm time. Don't worry. Okay, take your time answering. No,
Okay,
in a
I'm
shorter
gonna
place.
take yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
What do you hope to do in the future when you have finished?
it's a big question. When I finish my study, first, I want to find a job. Yeah. What is the most important for me? Because I want to apply my knowledge and I want to teach. But I have a proposal. I want to be a great teacher, not only at the school. I want to work in the university. I love that. And after when I finish my university, my studies, I want to make another grades post grades. Yeah, because I want to get a bit complement or a bit knowledge to increase my knowledge when I become a professional teacher. And another main that I have in mind is the sensation on is that action is my practice when I'm teaching. No matter who is the person, I want to teach my English to another person because I want that everybody knows about this language because it's easy and practical, and I love this language, and I want to share all my knowledge or my experience with other guides.
Okay, great. The thing that I would like to say about Fry when she was talking, when he was talking, excuse me, is he sound really natural. Well, the last question in the last answers he was asking, he was answering in a natural way. But I consider a lot of things to say. So try to organize. You have the same problem like me. I consider that. I have you have the same problem like me because we start to talk
Yeah,
from our heart, all the ideas start to come and start to come. No, 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 no.
teacher, I
Check
know
for
that,
a
and
minute because
I'm trying to
yes,
resolve that problem, teacher, because I have that problem in Spanish too, in Spanish language too.
yes, we have the same problem in Spanish too. Also have that problem because you are trying to over explain the situation, and we shouldn't do it. We don't have to do it. It's like the other person, he understand what are you saying, but we don't have to. The thing is that in that way it's like we are trying to repeat the same information but in another words, so that
Yeah,
is not good. That is not good. We have the same problem, and I understand.
But
But when they ask
I
you,
try
Marta,
to make that everybody understand me because I know I don't know a lot of things about this language, but when I'm talking, I try with my pronunciation because I have problem with my tongue, teacher, and I try all the time. I don't
that
know.
is
I
true.
don't know. Yeah, yes, yes, really. And I try to speak in a clear way. I try, but sometimes I forget that, and I start to talk very fast.
No, no, don't worry. Let's go ahead with Marta because Marta, she is raising her hand. Marta.
No, I just wanted to say that especially in English, when people ask you something, let's talk about this test specifically. If people ask you something, they they just want to reach information, you know. So American people, they speak very specifically, you know, and as
Yes,
Colombians, we are specialists and give details, you know. Just see Gabriel Garcia Marquez, how he can say beautiful flowers. You know, he
yes,
has to say, this is this garden in which you can see all
the
this
yes,
kind of, you know,
got it.
just to see
Right.
one sentence. So as Colombians, we have this tendency to speak more or to explain more than people really need to know.
Mm-hmm.
So we have just to try to keep to bring information and to understand that the other person who is hearing us, they just need to hear information, know what you have. As you said, Patricia, is just the way we speak. We speak with our hearts. That's
See,
beautiful expression that you use because that's true. And a lot of people, especially American people, can't understand that.
yes, yes,
You know,
that is really
as
hard.
as we are speaking with our hearts, and you know, we try to be, you know, as I don't know, like this open heart. They are like, that is too much. We don't need that. You know.
Yes, yes, yes. That is a big deal for us, and I have that is a huge mistake for me because I use that when I'm speaking English, when I'm trying to teach English. But in an exam, when they are asking so many things like that, and you open your heart and talking about your family, you want to talk about everything. No, bring just two ideas and that's it. And this with these two ideas, trying to details with this idea and the other another details with this idea, and that's it. And close the idea and that is the answer because oh no 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 we have to think in a different way. So I share my mistakes and I would like that you can I don't know check your mistakes and maybe we can pair that and fix that and put a better answer for that. So I was trying to work with you guys this kind of answers. I for in these cases, um, I bring you, for example, for Karen and for the other girls, to answer all these kind of questions because we used to talk in a different way, and it's really hard to to explain that and answer it in a different way that we already know the answers. So that is the reason that we have to predeterminate the answers because their questions are really common. They are look like the same. So we have to work on it. For example, when they are asking about this is the particular question. Well, this one. What do you hope to do in the future when you have finished? That is a tough question. I say that because you don't know. You don't know what you're going to do at the finish when you have your degree. Maybe you are going to throw all your books and no, you want to take a vacation, whatever. No, you have to think. Well, I would like to have another degree. I'm thinking to study a post a specialization or whatever, a master degree or whatever. But you have to think and to say something like that like interesting in an interesting way, but we have to practice on it. So that is the exercise for this class. I bring you this question. Well, we have the our show time, because I, in these cases with these activities, I I already have the answers, but I really like that you can answer each kind of question, make you to think which way do you really want to answer it. So I would like that you can practice on these questions. For example, if I'm talking about hometown, what is your hometown? Is there much to do in your hometown? What are the people like in your hometown? Another question from hometown. What type of place is it? What was it like? What was it like growing up there? Has it changed much since you were a child? How has it changed? How was in maybe I don't know 10 years ago? How was it? And right now, what is that? What it changed? So you have to bring some this kind of ideas that you can describe it, but bring the ideas and then you have to close the ideas, because the examiner are going to interrupt you. They are going to say, well, did you finish? Or stop talking. Or he's going to say, well, that's it, that is your answer. No, try to make a good no, to a good well, you are not going to make a conversation, but give them a good answer, that you can open your answer with a good idea and try to make bring in the details, and then try to close the idea, that things the examiner can understand that you already finished the answer. And then we go on with the other question. Do you understand what I'm saying? Maybe I am worse talking, speaking English, but I try to do the best thing. Anyway.
Yeah. Also, I realize, I don't know you guys, but to practice these kind of questions is very important. We can practice using from the mirror, and you will. I mean, that's a good practice, because I realize is even in Spanish, in our own language, it's really hard to
Yes.
answer questions related with ourselves.
Mhm.
If you ask me how your kids are doing, oh my gosh, I can speak for hours. I mean, you know, I
Yes.
can speak for hours. But if you ask me, what do you like, Marta, like you? So to,
Mhm.
to speak about myself is, I don't know why. Oh, I don't know if I am the only person who has this problem.
Well, the thing is that I would like that you can practice, guys. As Marta says, it's really difficult even in Spanish, but we had to practice. Debemos practicarlo para que al menos sea un poquito más predeterminada ese tipo de preguntas. ¿Qué le gustaría hacer después de que usted termine la carrera? ¿Realmente usted lo ha pensado? ¿Qué tipo de cosas va a hacer? Porque cuando le lleguen a hacer ese tipo de preguntas, usted, ay, no lo había pensado. No, pues demos un minuto a ver. O así como dijo Fry, that is a good question. And he started to answer it. So I consider that we have to practice. I bring you this I don't know, links that I have been working on about this kind of questions, and it's really useful for you. So I would like that you can check this. I would like to share this in our chat, that you can practice for our final exam. That will be a nice way that we can have a final exam. First of all, I will give you an image, and then I will give you, for example, district questions, and you will answer it. First of all, you are going to describe. And the second part, you are going to answer, for example, these kind of questions. That is the way that I'm going to make the English exam about the speaking part. Do you understand? You got it?
Yes.
Okay, okay. Okay, guys. So the class is that's it. I hope that you understand, that you really understand me. I hope. And that is the activities that I really like to do. Practice an exam, but try to make a simulator. Um, for our next class, I will give you a simulator. You will take maybe 10 or 15 minutes trying to answer it. And then we are going to talk about that experience about taking this exam, okay? Trying to develop another skills. But anyway, in these classes, we are going just trying to evaluate our speaking skills, no writing or reading or whatever this kind of stuff. Okay. So guys, thank you for joining us, for joining me, not joining us. And that's it. I hope that you are okay. I know that you are busy with your another homeworks and tasks. And well, I hope that you will be okay.
Thank you. See you next
Okay.
week, guys.
Thank you,
Thank
teacher.
you, teacher.
Bye bye. Practice, practice, practice. Bye bye.
Yes, teacher.
Bye, teacher. Bye, guys.
Bye bye.
Maybe